How did it feel when you got there? Was it
Totally.
completely different? Was it
What
just
it
a
is,
game
I mean,
changer?
obviously coming as a European, a continental European going to the States, first of all, you have to kind of deal with somewhat of a culture shock because it's a very different society to ours. But then I got very quickly into it and really enjoyed it. And also what was really nice, coming from a small country, 8 million people, you go to the States, you go to Berkeley, at the time maybe 3,000 students, a third of them being Europeans, the other 2/3 being Americans. So lots of people, bass department, I think at the time, before 450 people.
Okay.
Rich Appleman was the chair at the time now, Steve Bailey, as we know, but...
Rich Appleman's still there though, right, isn't he?
No, I think he's retired. Steve Bailey's taken over. And all of a sudden you come from Austria, you come from a fairly small place, and then you see like other bassists, European bassists, from Holland, from Germany, from Switzerland, from Italy, and you go, ooh, yeah, well, these guys can play. And then you get the American guys and go like, all right. Lots of talent there, on people from like far-fetched places like, I don't know, Kyrgyzstan, like, and you go, wow.
These guys can play as well.
Do you know, So all of a sudden you realize that you cannot become a voice by competing technically. Because, lots of people can, hey, I can do this, I can do this, I can do this, I can do this. So you go, okay, so how can I get a gig? If we all can do the same. And that made me really focus on what I wanted to hear in my head, because I started...
and was Berkeley the start of that for you? Was there a time you can think, when you went to Berkeley, was that the realization that you were going to carve out your own, your own thing?
I'd like to say yes, like having this sort of ability to think that way. I think a lot of us, we like to think we have the ability to think that way, but we actually don't. But what actually happens is there's what I call natural magnetism. What you want to be and what you should be. There is obviously, we like to think we are master of our destiny, and I think
in control of it.
I really think that whatever you're good at, it will draw you towards, and then the people will reinforce it. Because if you're really rubbish and nobody ever wants to hire you for a gig, there's no reinforcement. There's no positive reinforcement of what it is you should do. So because no, I'm going to stick to my gun. I don't care. You could do that, but it would be silly. So if you get reinforcement, you understand. Maybe I'm good at this, and then you just keep on doing it, and then you open yourself up to understanding what you should do. And for me, I realized that I always played bass and I always wrote, and I always had certain positions in bands, because Nick asked me from the bass magazine, he says, that's so weird, Steph, you trained as a session bass player, you've done so many sessions, because I played in lots of different bands. I played in country bands, I played in soca bands, I played in reggae bands, I played in soul bands, I played in rock bands, I played in metal bands. I did all this stuff, but it was never, I can do it, but I'm not the assignment type of guy.
Right,
I normally have too much to say and I get kicked out. Shut up. Or they go like, oh, this guy's pretty blubbery. You're going to be the new MD now.
Has that always been in you? You've always been like...
It's always been the same. Always. First band, immediately hijacked it. Became my band, of course. And then sometimes it doesn't work. If I see it from my perspective now, running sometimes a really big, large ensemble, you want somebody to come in to do the job, I don't need your opinion, thank you. You know what I mean? I need you to do what I hired you to do. And I see myself in that. Sometimes people hired me to do something and I did a lot more. It was actually not needed. I was even working in the, that's funny, because Mike Dolmer, who runs the Dolber drums, I was with him in the New London Theatre for 6 months. We did we were playing we were sitting in the talk of, what's called Talk of Town or Talk of London. We did this for six months, and I was playing bass and every night, and a good gig, I got paid well, it was fine. I just came to Britain 20 years ago. But I thought, I think it's probably not going to be my way. It's not going to be my way. I think I can't handle it. I can't play My Girl one more time, although I love My Girl. So, I was always, and people always go, Steph, your music is pretty niche market and pretty crazy, and is that a sensible thing to do? I go like, probably not, but all I can tell you is that I must do it. There's a dark voice. Continue writing weird jazz songs. Keep on doing it.
Were you doing that over in Berkeley? Were you still writing? Did you have your own band over there?